Time to talk about the latest Paradise Lost album, Ascension. 17th album in their discography, which is insane. They've gone through so many different styles and sound changes, with the more electronic kind of stuff like Host and 1 Second, more Death Doom stuff like the debut, and then kind of going a bit more mellow, gothic, a bit more catchy, but also in that kind of gothic style with Draconian Times. And then recently, albums like Obsidian, kind of mixing everything together again, bringing back the harsh, heavy Death Doom style. And here we are with Ascension. What does Ascension bring to the table? Now, I feel like Obsidian kind of, I wouldn't say revitalized, because I really liked the last couple of albums by Paradise Lost, but Obsidian really just was a kick in the ass. It was one of my favourite albums of the year. It had that proper Death Doom style, and it kind of harkened back, to the earlier stuff. Whereas Ascension is like a full, complete cycle of the discography. It has some elements from the debut. It has some elements from Draconian Times, more catchy stuff. It has some elements from Gothic, and also from Obsidian. It is an all-encompassing album with so many different styles within this one album. It is monumental how just they've managed to do it. It is. There's so many different styles and sounds, but it doesn't feel jarring or out of place. They all kind of flow into each other, every single song. And let's start with the first song on the album, which is, I've got down here, Serpent on the Cross, which reminds me of Deicide. But yeah, Serpent on the Cross is a right kick in the teeth. This is the way to start an album. Just intense, ferocious, the growls are back, just everything you could want in an album opener, and it's one of the best. I really think the first half of this album, the first 3/4 of this album is like the pinnacle. It's so good, and that's not to say the last couple of songs aren't. They're a bit more mellow, but the first 3/4 just blow me away. Absolute phenomenal stuff, starting with this song. Probably the heaviest one on the album, starting off straight away. I love the ferocious vocals on here. But then from this song, I was kind of invested. The hooks were in, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a good one, like Obsidian. Bit more harsh, a bit more Death Doom. Then the second song hits, which is Tyrant Serenade, and I did not hear any of the singles before this, so I didn't know any of these songs. I just heard it blindly. The second song hit, and I was just floored. The clean vocals back in, bit more of a Shades of God icon kind of style, and it was so good. It was refreshing, the kind of yin and yang from the first song to the second song, and the second song has such a anthemic kind of chorus. The vocal deliveries are just so good by Nick on this album. I love the second song. It might be my favourite on the whole album. Might be. But there is another one which I like even more. But yeah, going from the really harsh kind of Death Doom song to start it, right into this kind of more moody, depressing, gothic style song after it, I was like, hell yeah. Even, it's got styles of stuff from like 1 Second on here. It's not quite electro, there's no electro stuff in it, but it has that similar kind of sound, if you know what I mean? And I really appreciate that, covering all bases. Next up, Salvation. So good, mixing both together. Long song, epic. Again, I really loved it. The next one, Silence Like the Grave. Very, very catchy. Again, mixing the Death Doom with the bleakness and the despair of the lyrics. And I gotta move on to the next one, because this is my favourite. Lay a Wreath Upon the World. I love this song. It's a bit more somber, a bit more melancholic. But I just love the lyrics in it. I love singing along with this song. This is my favourite on the album. Lay a Wreath Upon the World. Just when he says that, and it goes through those lyrics, it's just, it hits you, It hits you. Absolutely beautiful song. And I love that you can have these kind of beautiful songs with the more catchy ones, like Tyrant Serenade, with the more heavy ones, like Serpents on the Cross, and the more epic ones, like Salvation. It's just... And that's the first bloody 5 songs. all like a roller coaster already, the first 5 songs. Diluvium is next, which I didn't like at first, which is going to be weird to say. I didn't like it at first because it kind of went back to the kind of James Hetfield-esque vocals from Shades of God, which I wasn't as big into, but I've grown to really love them. And again, I grew to love this song, so I really love his kind of vocals on it as well. A bit off-putting at first, kind of like those albums, but then the more you listen, the more it seeps into you and you kind of just enjoy it. It becomes a fun song. Savage Days is next, which is also really just a magnificent song. Sirens is next, and I really enjoy Sirens. It's probably the weakest one on the album for me, personally. I do like it a lot, but I just feel like compared to everything that's came before it, falls a bit, I don't want to say flat, because there's nothing on this album that's flat, but it's probably the weakest link. If I had to pick one, I don't really want to shit on anything, because it's still a great song, and you pit it against some other bands' songs, and it'll mop the floor with them. But in regards with the album itself, because you're just going to compare the album with itself, and within the discography of Paradise Lost, it's probably the weakest song. But then we pick right back up with Deceivers, another catchy, fun song, and then The Precipice. So I say catchy and fun, I mean melancholic and moody. The last 2 songs are very just somber, melancholic, atmospheric as well, and a nice way to end the album. There's some bonus tracks as well. This Dark Town and Life Unknown, quite good, but I'm just going to talk about the main songs in the album. So overall, I think it is a phenomenal album, even though Obsidian is a lot heavier, and it kind of, again, I don't want to say revitalized, but it kind of brought new life into the band for me. This album completes the cycle. Like, this album just is everything Paradise Lost is, were, was, and will be. And I think it's a work of art. It's one of the best albums of the year, easily. I've listened to it like 5 times already, and it's going to be listening to it way, way more. The album art as well, exquisite, great album art, as Paradise Lost always does. They always have some great album art, especially the debut. I really love that kind of reaching out, cybernetic kind of style they've got. But yeah, I love the fact that they go through so many different styles of Paradise Lost within one album. It doesn't just stick to one kind of thing. So overall, it's one of the best albums of the year. If I was going to rate it out of 10, it would probably be a 9. Probably a 9. Close to perfect. I'm not going to give it perfect, but it's close. And it's definitely going to be in my top 10 of the year. Like, easily. Easily. I also watched banger reviews, Blaine's review on this album, and I couldn't disagree more. Could not disagree more. So there you go. Love this album, but what do you guys think? Ascension. Do you like it? Do you loathe it? Do you think it's kind of meh? Let me know down in the comments below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.